Story 3: The Smoky Warmth of Primarasa. April 2nd arrived with a sense of burnout energy lingering in my bones. I had just survived 2 chaotic days at the Grand Royal restaurant, and now I was heading to another battlefield this time, solo. Ayam bakar Primarasa, tucked neatly along Kupang Indah Street, stood out like a welcoming campfire on a cool night. Compared to the polished elegance of the Grand Royal restaurant, Primarasa had a warm, homey vibe, wooden decor, traditional batik accents on the walls, and the smell of grilled chicken and sweet soy glaze floating in the air. It reminded me of my childhood visits to local warungs with my family, where food and stories always came together. I arrived early, 15 minutes early, to be exact. I wasn't going to risk being late again, especially not on my first day at a new place. The moment I stepped inside, a man in his middle of 20s with a friendly smile greeted me. "You must be the part-time from Mas Yuda, ya?" He asked. "Saya Mas Fahmi, ayo ikuti aku." He walked me through the back, introducing me to the kitchen team and the front wait staff. What struck me immediately was how different the energy was here. The atmosphere buzzed with the kind of camaraderie that didn't feel forced, like a family that had found the rhythm. Everyone treated me warmly, no fake politeness, no, just genuine curiosity and friendliness. "Sebelumnya casual di mana?" asked a staff named Revindo. "Ya, di Grand Royal kemarin. Capeknya gila pol mas, WKWKWK," I replied. He laughed, a deep, hearty laugh. "Sama aja sih di sini, tapi kita ada 2 kali makan, jadi lebih enak dikit." "2 meals? Now we were talking," I said. They had me stationed on the floor for the lunch shift. Even before noon, the customers started rolling in, families, couples, groups of friends in baju koko and gamis, still fresh from its visits. The crowds didn't let up. It was like something had opened the floodgates and announced, "Everyone come eat grilled chicken now." I found myself reaching between tables, balancing trays with 3 iced teas on one hand, dodging toddlers who treated the aisles like racetracks. The Primarasa uniform wasn't as formal as the one at Grand Royal, but it still sweat through it like a leaky faucet. During break, we sat on the VIP room, a special area with a few long tables. I was served a warm plate of nasi ayam goreng and bakmi goreng, with their signature sambal, and a tall glass of iced tea that might have been the most refreshing drink I'd had all week. As I sat with the staff, we traded stories. "Masih kuliah di mana?" one of them asked. "Untak," I replied, "semester 6. "Wah, semangat ya. Kalau saya lulusan SMK aja, langsung kerja di PT Java dan kasualan di restoran atau hotel-hotel," Mas Revindo replied. The small conversation made me feel like I belonged. No one treated me like an outsider. It wasn't about seniority or status. Everyone was just trying to make it through the shift together and maybe laugh in between. After break, the orders picked up again, and customer in particular gave me a hard time. An older man who insisted the sambal wasn't spicy enough and demanded a replacement. When I bought the whole batch, he gave me a thumbs up but didn't smile. Still, it felt like a small victory. Near closing time, the restaurant finally quieted down. I helped wipe down the tables, refill tissue boxes, and stack clean menus for the next day. My legs felt like overcooked noodles, but my stomach was full and my heart strangely light. As I washes, as I washed my hands near the sink, Mas Fahmi approaches me with a grin. You did a good today, fast learner. Besok masih casual di sini. Kebetulan Mas Ravindo besok off shift. Kamu bisa cariin temen. I nodded. Masih mas, ada kok saya temen juga yang bisa bantu. Namanya Daniel. Dia teman satu kampusku. Kemarin kerja bareng saya di Grand Royal 2 hari. Kalau gitu suruh datang aja, kita butuh satu orang lagi. I texted Daniel immediately. Bro, tomorrow, ayam goreng Primarasa Jalan Kupang Indah. They need another waiter. You in? Aku capek banget sebenarnya. Tapi kalau makanannya enak, aku sih langsung gas WKWKWK. He answered me. And then I replied, trust me, 2 meals and no yelling managers. Sold, he agreed. I left the restaurant that night with a warm bag of leftover grilled chicken, fried chicken, and their authentic snack kue lumpur madu that they insisted I take home. As I rode my motorcycle back through the still busy Surabaya streets, I couldn't help but smile. It was the first time during the Eid holiday that I didn't feel like I was missing out. I got home around 10 p.m. My mom was still awake, watching our online videos on her smartphone. We ran with a blanket over her lap. Loh, bawa apa itu Le? Kok banyak? She asked as I placed the bag on the table. Rezeki dari Primarasa, I said, grinning. She peeked inside. Wah, enak banget. Rezeki anak rajin. As I sat down and told her about my shift, I realized something I hadn't really felt during the past 2 days at Grand Royal. I was happy. Tired? Yes. Sore? Absolutely. But content in a way that made the struggle feel worth it. That night, before I went to bed, I sent Daniel one last message. Enak kan kerja freelance di sana tadi? This place is different. Siap. Asal jangan disuruh poles piring banyak aja kayak di Grand Royal kemarin. He replied me. And then I chuckled and put my phone away. Tomorrow will bring another round of hustle, but for the first time this week, I wasn't dreading it. I closed my eyes and let the smoky scent of grilled chicken linger in my memory. It smelled like hard work, like friendship, like a second chance to enjoy it in our own way. After I finished texting Daniel, confirming the job for him, I stayed up for a while scrolling through my gallery. Most of my Eid pictures were just random internet memes that I got from Instagram. There was one photo of me and my cousins at grandma's house, our arms around each other, with the TV in the background playing Lebaran at 4 fried salads. I stared at it for a long time, then saved it into 2025 folder like it was a museum artifact from a different life. My mind suddenly remembering the past hours before I got home. Memories when I had a good impression with the restaurant's ambience because it was a fantastic experience. In the end of the shift, when the last of the guests has left and the restaurant's interior finally quieted, the mood among the staff softened. The clatter of plates was replaced by soft laughter and the low hum of a 2000s Indonesian pop playlist playing in the background. Some of the waiters were wiping down tables, while others folded napkins into neat triangles. I found myself lingering near the front entrance, watching the last car leave the parking lot. The restaurant's sign Ayam Bakar Primarasa glowed faintly in the night, flickering slightly like it was trying to stay awake, just like me. Mas Fahmi walked up beside me, sipping from a tall glass of iced tea. Capek ya? He asked. I nodded. Banget, tapi beda capeknya sama di tempat yang kemarin. And then he smiled knowingly. Di sini, capeknya masih bisa ketawa dan duduk-duduk kalau kerjaan beres. I glanced. Back at the dining area, Mas Revindo was playfully arguing with one of the kitchen guys over who left the sambal manga out too long. And another waitress, Mbak Atika, was joking around with the other staffs. It didn't feel like work had just ended. It felt like life was still happening. Iya, I said. Kerasa ringan walaupun sibuk terus. And then he replied, besok lebih ramai mungkin. He warned lightly. Masih banyak keluarga yang belum mudik, tapi kamu kayaknya bisa handle. Iya mas, besok saya ajak temen, namanya Daniel. Bawa aja, tapi jangan sampai telat. He teased pointing at me playfully. I laughed. Dijamin gak telat. Dia pengen makan ayam bakar juga. We both laughed, and he returned to clean the tables. While I took a moment to sit on one of the empty benches near the fridge, my legs were buzzing. Not quite pain, but that dull fatigue that settles in after you've been on your feet for too long. Yet strangely, I didn't mind it. For the first time this holiday, I wasn't comparing myself to everyone else I saw on social media. I wasn't jealous of those relaxing in Batu or Malang, or angry that I couldn't take a long nap after eating ketupat like most people. I was just present. I took out my phone and scrolled briefly through Instagram. Sure enough, more vacation photos, some at beaches, other in hometown villages with green fields and old family houses. And then almost instinctively, I opened the camera, turned it to selfie mode, and took a photo of myself in front of the glowing Primarasa sign. Face shiny from sweat, hair a mess, and smile crooked but real. I posted it on my WhatsApp story with a simple caption. Liburan full cuan, hashtag Primarasa. As I poked my phone again, a gentle voice spoke beside me. Mas, capek ya? It was the kind waitress named Mbak Dian. I blinked, surprised. Iya, lumayan soalnya tadi ruame juga ternyata. Besok masih kerja di sini kan? Semangat ya mas, she replied. I smiled. Wah, makasih ya mbak. She smiled too. Katanya besok ada temennya juga ya buat gantiin mas Revindo. Yoi, teman kuliah saya yang dulu pernah makan di JW Marriott bareng, I replied. She giggled and ran off to inside to prepare the closing session, leaving me with a warm feeling not from the sambal but from the simple kindness of strangers who suddenly didn't feel like strangers anymore. Later that night, as I rode home under the street lamps, I caught myself humming a tune I didn't even remember hearing. Maybe it was from the playlist at work, or maybe it was just something my brain made up to match how light I felt. At a red light, I looked at the people around me. A woman in gamis adjusting her child's seatbelt. A man carrying bags of satay on the back of his motorcycle. A teenager like me balancing a box of cake. Everyone had their own stories, their own Eid experience, none of them perfect, none of them Instagram filtered. But ours was real, raw, slightly smoky, slightly spicy, and filled with the kind of moments that don't need a vacation backdrop to matter. Tomorrow would come, another shift, another race against the dinner rush. But tonight, I had made it. I had found joy, not in celebration, but in contribution, not in resting, but in earning something worth being proud of. And maybe this was what growing up looked like.